if you can just perhaps start going on with the LV Cup and, I suppose first of all the miracle at Bridgend and then everything going your way after that.
Yeah, I mean obviously the Friday night fixture looked like it was dead and buried, by half time. Everything that we didn't want to happen looked like it was happening up at in the Ospreys game, and then obviously they've come back and they've won the game with the last conversion, which ultimately didn't change too much for us in the way we wanted to play or the team we took up to Worcester. The team that we'd selected and trained with all week was going to be the team it was. We wanted to run those guys into the start of the Premiership, and we kind of plotted through the 4 weeks back into this weekend, so nothing changed from that perspective, but obviously all of a sudden there was something tangible to play for, and I think I've got to say it really brought the best out of us. I thought we put in a thoroughly professional performance but it was more than that. I said to the players afterwards, I'd like, it's easy to wrap something up and say, oh, well done, professional job done, but that also means you've got to back up a lot of what you do with a terrific attitude, and I thought our attitude on the day was fantastic. I mean, the conditions were difficult. To be fair, the pitch was pretty good compared to what it looks like out there at the moment anyway, so you could play a bit of rugby, but it was very real gusting wind, but our attitude was fantastic. As I said, I think something that we rarely managed to do, I think, was we took control of the game on the scoreboard, but we also took control of the game kind of defensively, and when we made mistakes, when we didn't have the ball. And I think ultimately that's what really meant the game broke up in the last quarter, and a lot of the points got scored for us because we never gave Worcester easy points or easy get-outs, and they had to play 80 minutes under pressure, which was a nice thing for us to watch us do. We did make mistakes and we weren't perfect, but that happens in tough conditions. But we just dealt with every aspect of the game so well that in the end, it wasn't surprising that the last quarter went completely our way.
Obviously, it's a month off before the semi, the final the week after here. Where does the LV Cup stand now in your thinking?
It's about as far in the back of my mind as it can go, really, because the truth of it is it's these next games that mean everything, really. LV Cup final, semi-final is fantastic, and I mean there's no point even thinking about a final here because we've got a very tough fixture away at Bath, and as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be this block of 4 fixtures that realistically give us any opportunity to probably be in the top half. We've got to get some really good results out of these next fixtures if we want to be anywhere near where we were last year. We talk a lot about making sure we're comparable where we were the year before and moving forward. Well, we've kind of achieved that in the Heineken Cup with collecting more points and being more competitive in some big games. Despite not going through, we're already now better in the LV Cup because we've got through to a semi-final. But we've got some big battles ahead if we want to at least maintain our record over the last couple of years in the Premiership, and that's very important to us because I do have a feeling that there'll be a top level competition of some sort, and we definitely want to be involved in that, as well as keeping moving forward as a side and letting our players know that they're part of a competitive team that's, like I say, up there in the top half of the league. And as I say, this next month is going to be a big part in deciding that.
No Jack this week, of course. What did you think of his debut?
I thought it went extremely well. It's I'll probably to coin the way we deal with such things here. I think what are England? England are 1 minute away from winning a game over in Paris where they kind of came from behind, and I think we'd all be sitting here going, is this the start of not a new era, but start of a new England in a way, building into the World Cup, because they certainly played some very good rugby, and I think some of the new players in there played extremely well, including Jack. I thought he added something that England probably haven't had for a while, which is just an ability for someone just to be beating tackles and giving a team momentum. Not just about standing out on the wing and finishing something if the opportunity comes along, but getting involved in the game and giving a team momentum. And I think that's what he does for us. I thought he did that for England, and of course he defended extremely well. So I think he adds something to that side, and he will only get better. And I think that's a massive positive for him and for England. And as I said, the frustrating thing is, as I say, England were one thing away from celebrating a win over in Paris. With some of the injuries they were picking up during the game, the way the game started, I think that would have been a fantastic victory. And as I said, it feels a little strange now when people are talking about the mistakes that got made during the game. Yeah, there were mistakes during the game, and you want to be better. But if you look at it as game one of a game of 20 building towards the World Cup, I think it was a very good foundation.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rob.